What's up everyone? I am Jamie with threelittlegoats.com, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. Glad to see you. Thanks for sticking with me through my mini months hiatus. If you have not checked out the video I just put out earlier this week, we finally started making some soaping videos again. We did a chocolate stout video this week, so if you haven't checked that out, be sure to do so. It will be linked down below, as well as it's been a while. I think it's this corner. Maybe it's one of these corners. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and talked to the camera, talked to you guys. And so without further ado, we're going to get started. I mentioned that I wanted to do kind of a review of prices on where I get my soaping supplies, because if you didn't know, I lived on the East Coast my whole entire life. I grew up in Michigan. I moved to North Carolina when I was just barely 18 when I joined the Army, and I lived there for nearly 19 years or so, 18, 19 years. And then just recently we moved across the country to Washington State. So when I went to order new soap supplies, because I couldn't take all of my supplies with me, it was kind of an adjustment. I had to do a lot of research because companies like Bulk Apothecary, which was, they're headquartered, I think, in Ohio, is where I would usually get a lot of my supplies because it was cheap shipping, it was fast shipping, and everything was pretty reasonably priced. When I moved here though, things changed just a little bit. Now I'm in Washington, where Brambleberry is right down the road. So even though I haven't really ordered a lot from Brambleberry, it was in the running just because of location and shipping wise. So I have my little piece of paper with all of my research. I will try to put some of the stuff up on screen as well. So I reviewed Brambleberry, Wholesale Supplies Plus, Amazon, because Amazon is my jam, Bulk Apothecary, and Nurture Soap. Just as a brief comparison, I didn't go into every single product category. We're just going to do basic things. We're going to do basic lye, because lye is pretty much the most needed necessity for making soap. You can't make soap without some sodium hydroxide. So that's what we did. So I looked up all of the websites, as well as their shipping for East Coast and West Coast, and if they had free shipping or not, and what qualified for free shipping. Now I just wanted to do a basic 1 pound of lye, which you can't do. I think the only place that actually did just 1 pound is Nurture Soap. They sold their lye in 1 pound increments. But to make it fair, I divided everything by 1 pound. So if it was an 8 pound minimum, I divided it just to get the price for 1 pound. And I also did that with shipping too, just to get a little bit more fair price, because I'm not going to pay $20 for a pound of lye, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. All right, so the first website we're going to do is Brambleberry. Brambleberry sells their lye in 2 pound increments. So to get the price for 1 pound, I obviously just divided it by 2. So for their 2 pound pack, it was $10. So obviously it would just be $5 per pound of lye. Now, because Brambleberry launched their new website, I think it was actually a couple months ago that they launched, they are offering $7.50 flat rate shipping for all of their orders. So you would obviously pay $7.50 for your lye. Since I'm kind of just doing it for everybody, I divided that by 2 just to make it kind of equal, to give you a rough estimate. So it would be around $3.75 for shipping. So you would have $8.75 total for 1 pound of lye from Brambleberry. But again, it's $7.50 flat rate shipping. So if you're going to be ordering a lot of stuff, that's kind of a good deal. All right, so next up was Wholesale Supplies Plus. Now, Wholesale Supplies Plus, they do offer free shipping on orders of $35 or more, but where they do get you is they always charge you a handling fee of $5.95, I think is what it is normally for me. But their flat rate shipping for anything under $35 is $8.95, which isn't too bad, especially if you're ordering really heavy oils. So they sell their lye in 2 pound increments, so I think it was $6.99 for the 2 pound box. So of course it would be $3.49 to get that 1 pound price. And then I didn't have the handling fee, because the handling fee it's for everything, no matter what. And then shipping for the $8.95 if you're not going to do $35 or more. I half that in half, so it was roughly $4.50 for that. And so your total would be just under $14 for that 1 pound of lye from Wholesale Supplies Plus. The next place that I checked the price for comparison was, of course, Amazon. I love Amazon because no matter where I'm at, I know I'm going to get free shipping and I'm going to get Prime shipping because I do have a Prime membership. Now, just went off the one that I would normally order on Amazon. It's generally the cheaper of all of the ones that I order, and it's actually a 2 pound container, which is $16.97. So we only need the price for one, and so it was $8.50 for 1 pound of lye. No shipping to calculate, none of that. Simple, flat rate, $8.50 for a pound of lye. All right, so Bulk Apothecary is where it gets a little complicated because Bulk Apothecary only ships minimum of 8 pounds of lye at a time. And their 8 pound bag of lye is actually $22.92. And so that comes out to $2.87 a pound for their lye. Now, shipping is a lot different as well, and it varies very differently from the East Coast to West Coast. I think I saved it. Hopefully I saved it. All right, for shipping to the East Coast for that 8 pounds of lye, it would have been $17.27. So I have divided that by 8 to get $2.15 for shipping. And then for, I know I have it on here, where is my West Coast? It was even more for West Coast. It was, West Coast, it was roughly $30 for 8 pounds of lye, which, shipping. $30 for 8 pounds of lye, that's a lot. And there wasn't any other like shipping options, in Bulk Apothecary, I don't believe, gives free shipping on any orders. So if you just go off that 1 pound of lye and you calculate that shipping divided by 8 to make it kind of more even, for the East Coast it would have been $4.93 for that pound of lye, and for the West Coast it would have been $6.65. And then finally, last but not least, I went to Nurture Soap and I checked out their website to find out how much their lye would cost. So they do sell their lye in 1 pound packages. It is $6.99 for 1 pound. They do offer free shipping on orders of $30 or more. But if you're not going to, I think you actually have to have a minimum of $15 even to check out at Nurture Soap. I believe I kept getting the thing to refresh until I had $15 in my cart. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You get free shipping for $30 or more, but you have to have at least a minimum of $15 to even make a purchase. So with just their base shipping for the 1 pound of lye, it would have been $12.49. So it would have actually totaled $19.48 if that was the only thing I was going to order, and if that was the only thing that you could order. Again, you need to have at least $15 in your cart in order to check out. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now, you're probably thinking, well, who won? Who's the cheapest place to go? And to that, I have to say, it depends. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on how much you're going to be ordering, whether you live on the East Coast or the West Coast. It's just, it depends. It depends, it depends, it depends. There's no clear-cut answer to that. Now, when I do order supplies, I will say that I don't just order a pound of lye, because that's not how I roll. I can't go onto a soaping website and be like, I'm just going to order one thing, because it doesn't happen. It's not ever going to happen. I'm going to go and I'm going to check out the sales. I'm going to go and see what kind of new fragrances or new Micas or new products that they have. It's inevitable that I'm going to order more than one thing. So I know most likely I'll be ordering from Nurture Soap from now on, just because I have made a couple orders from Nurture Soap and they have arrived really quickly. They arrived via UPS. I actually have an order coming today, so hopefully that'll get here sometime this afternoon, and I just placed it a couple days ago. Brambleberry, of course, because I'm on the West Coast, will be probably a place I will shop at more, especially if I'm going to be doing a lot bigger orders, like for oils and stuff, because even though $7.50 is still a shipping charge, it's not that bad, especially when you get into more heavier orders. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be ordering from Bulk Apothecary very much anymore, just because their shipping is a little bit outrageous when it comes to shipping to the West Coast, which is really sad because I really enjoyed Bulk Apothecary. And then Wholesale Supplies Plus, again, that will definitely still be on my shopping list just because they do have a lot of promotions if you're a member, and it's free to be a member. They have different levels like gold, silver, platinum, depending on how much you spend every year. You get coupons and things like that, and they offer free shipping with orders of $35 or more. So if I'm going to order a large quantity of oils or stuff like that, Wholesale Supplies Plus will definitely be a place that I will order from. So that is what I have got for you guys today. It was really no conclusion to this video because there is really no clear-cut answer. It's just a matter of preference and just doing price comparisons. If I know of some places having a really good sale, then I will order from them. If there's places that have good clearances, I will order from them. I like Wholesale Supply because I generally get a lot of coupons for them, and their coupons usually include like 50% off fragrances and things like that. So it's always good to just shop around and compare. When it comes to micas and things like that, that's where I get a little bit more picky because I generally, when I'm shopping for micas, I'm just shopping for a specific color. So I'm going to probably every website I know that orders or sells micas and seeing how much they cost and if it's the color that I am looking for. And there's a lot of other places besides the places I listed in this video that sell micas. It's just I didn't include them because I was going off of Lye, which is just the base for this video. So this video is probably going to be very, very long. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for sticking around. And if you have any questions, be sure to list them down below. I'm still going through a lot of Facebook comments, Facebook messages, YouTube comments and messages and things like that of questions, so I will be compiling all of those into a video as well. But be sure to subscribe because we are putting out some more soaping videos next week to include a cucumber melon. I've got a black raspberry vanilla and a bee's knees lemon that I'm going to be doing as well, so be sure to stick around for those. If you haven't checked out all of our other soap making videos, be sure to do that. There will be a playlist listed down below, as well as one of these quarters I will remember eventually. So they'll be up there as well. But until next week, I will see you guys later and have an amazing weekend. Bye.